What's up guys, it's Ajsportclimber. Welcome back to another video. I'll be doing a review of the Salt Lake City Boulder World Cup for the men's and women's. Alright guys, let's get into the competition. So for the female qualification, some of the veterans we saw was Miho Nahaka and Mao Nakamura are both from Team Japan, and they are the only veterans registered competing. We saw a lot of young athletes competing in the Salt Lake City. Then some of the context that happened inside of the qualifications where we saw Ariane Barton flash every single boulder with Miho Nahaka behind her, and also every single female Japanese climber made it to semifinals once again. We also seen a lot of rookies registered, so I'll show a photo gallery of all the rookies plus their name and age right here. Then some of the upsets we saw was Nakia Sanders with a couple other USA climbers just outside of semifinals. I'll show their placements right here. Alright guys, let's move on to the men's. For the male qualifications, we saw some of the veterans were Ande Parak from Team Slovenia, Rei Shugamoto from Team Japan, Tomoe Narisashi from Japan, Gianluca Posch from Austria as well. Then some of the context we saw a full Japanese podium for qualification. Mechi Narisaki and Yuki Fukuwada topped every single boulder in qualification. You also see Max Mihiel from Great Britain making his return to the World Cup scene, placing third. Then I'll show a picture of all the other rookies as well. Then for the upsets, we saw Sam Aladu miss semi-qualification, placing 27th. Gianluca Posch also missed semi-qualification, placing 31st. Also, additionally, Hamish MacArthur placed 24th in qualification, which was the last qualification spot for semifinals. Alright guys, let's get into the semifinals for the men's and women's. Alright guys, for the female semifinals, we saw that the first boulder was a step-up slab into 2 hard feet swaps into a hard stand-up finish. This boulder really taught the athletes to also make sure you do your pistol squats. The top of the first boulder being very important was also the easiest boulder of the round. Then for the second boulder, we saw a throw to a paddle on 2 round edge holds, then into a hard fight toe hook flick, into 2 shoulder moves, into a final hard shoulder move where you match the finish hold, which showed the impressive shoulder strength of the athlete. Then boulder 3 was a toe hook start into a hard crimp, then into a sloper toe hook catch, or you could do it without the toe hook. Finally, a fight on crimps into a compression top hold. Then boulder 4 was pressing start into a compression on volume, into a left hand crimp lock off, into a shoulder compression hold, then finally a hard high undercling into a volume grab finish. Helen Gillett from Team USA started off as an underdog at the beginning of semifinal, then ended her round with 3 tops in a zone, being really close to the final, showing that she does have great potential. Then Mao Nakamura flashed every single boulder in semifinals, and also Zelia Ablazu also flashed every boulder as well. Also, a honorable mention goes out to Emma Edwards for almost making finals. She had 3 tops in 1 zone. She is also an athlete from Team Great Britain and is still a rookie and a very young athlete. She has so much great potential from her, and she's also an athlete from Team Great Britain, showing the impressive dynasty that they're building. We saw a couple other athletes nearly making finals, but I'll show the results from all of the semi-qualification. Alright guys, for the male semi-qualification, we saw that the first boulder was a physical slab on oval-shaped sloper, which pinch round holds into a physical stand-up finish into a underclean match. Then the second boulder was a mega power boulder, 2 big moves on big pinches into a super hard rockover over the heel into a hard depth point into the final sloper pinch hold. Then boulder 3, we saw a bicycle start on a sloper crimp rails into side catch pocket. into a hide pocket catch, then into a high foot, into a back sloper, then into a sideways face-in pocket finish, showing to be one of the hardest boulders in the entire competition. Then boulder 4 was the electric boulder of the round. We saw a throw into a Toma catch, then into a Mechi style catwalk across volumes with no texture, feet hold, then into a pretty much finger match on nothing kind of hold. Then another honorable mention goes out to Jack McDonald from, no one would guess it, Team Great Britain. He is also a really young athlete and he placed 10th with 1 top and 2 zones. We also saw Tomoa Narasaski nearly making finals. Then we also saw Hamish MacArthur came out first, then got 9th, showing that he is still a really strong athlete. We also saw a lot of other great athletes not making finals, showing how competitive the field is still. Then I will be showing the results from the semi-qualifications. Let's get into finals. Alright guys, let's get into finals for the females. Then the first boulder was the electric boulder. We saw a big dynamic mantle into a compression. Then we saw a volume walk across into a small crimp. Then into a foot stab onto a foot jib. Then into a stand-up volume finish. Then for the first boulder was a slab boulder, which was a stand-up pistol squat start. Then into a feet walk across on no texture. Then into a dynamic press plus a gaston position, finally into a risky stand-up hold match for the finish. Then boulder 3 was a raw power boulder. We saw a start with 2 crimp gaston holds while standing on bad texture volumes into a toe hook throw, then into a catch into a crimp, then a volume compression hand holds into a high feet, then a risky angle crimp, then into another high feet, into a side pull grab. Then for the fourth boulder, we saw it was a coordination boulder. So the start was a lache into a volume jump, into a double catch compression, then into a cross move, into a big pocket sloper hold, into a crimp, then into a big pogo jump, left shoulder grab, showing also to be one of the hardest boulders from the competition. Then additionally, we saw that Mao flashed the first 6 boulders in a row since semi-qualification. Then we also saw that Mao got her first podium after a bunch of 4th place finishes. We also saw Zulia Abazu finally looking like the strong fish climber she is. I knew she was capable of podium, she just had to show it to herself. Then we also saw Ariane Berton. It's just not that far ahead of all the other athletes like everyone else thought she was, showing that she's still not untouchable. Alright guys, I'll show the results of the finals for the women's competition, then we'll get into the men. For the finals for the males, we saw that the first boulder was a somewhat tricky start into a shallow 3-finger pocket drag, into a jump, into a big pinch hold, into a right crimp, then into a left side pull hold, into a super hard right with cross, then 3-finger drag pocket into a big sloper hold grab for the finish, showing him to be a very complicated boulder. Then boulder 2 was a lache into a double paddle, into a sloper hold grab, then into another big lache, into a really hard right with cross catch finish hold. Then boulder 3 was a slab boulder. We saw with a stand up into hard foot cross while standing on small hard jibs while doing a cut feet mantle press into a hard crimp jump finish hold grab. Then boulder 4 was an electric boulder. We saw it was super hard pinch power on steep overhang, toe hook start into a toe hook jump, catch into a line of powerful pinches into a low percentage crimp jump for the finish, where we saw Sorato is actually just ahead of everyone because he did that boulder, which is crazy. Then some of the upsets is Colin Duffy came out and sent the first 2 boulder, then slowed down on the slab boulder, showing that to be one of his weaknesses. Then additionally, one of the greatest world records we have ever seen take place during the competition was Sorato from Japan, was the first man to win 3 gold World Cups in a row, which is utterly insane of how dominant he is right now. Somebody need to get this man on outdoor rocks. Alright guys, I'll show the result for the male finals, and thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and support. Please leave a comment down below of some suggestions you think I should work on, but also too any future competitions you want me to cover. I'm debating covering the Denver Speed World Cup as they got canceled the finals due to rain, but I'll let you know it's incoming. Also guys, sorry about the lack of uploads. Been balancing a new full-time job and stuff, but I'm going to try my best to continue to give you high quality content. But alright guys, thank you. I'll be sure to cover Prague, as I can't wait to see that World Cup, for it to be the first of the European World Cup series. Alright guys, thank you. Peace out.